Hey y'all. So for today, we are going to be spring cleaning here in Pussy Church on um, body love, meaning like your body and how you feel about your body. Um, and I advise you as you think about body love, like think about like how you feel when you're naked, how you feel when you're dressing sexy, how you feel when surrounded by other really beautiful women. Do you feel like kind of small and like not good enough? Do you feel confident and like, oh, I'm beautiful? Do you see everything that's right with them and everything that's wrong with you? Um, Maybe you're really confident and there's just things you're like tweaking in your body that you kind of just want to address. That's cool too. So in spring cleaning is a tool that I learned in Pussy Bootcamp, and it is a fabulous tool for helping in manifestation because basically what it does is it cleans out all the gunk from your mental and emotional bodies through actualization and saying things out loud. So now those emotions that might have gotten stuck and were no longer in motion are now energy that is in motion, which is the definition of an emotion is energy in motion. And so you actualize that which you haven't actualized and move it out of your body and allow your energy to healthily flow, which also makes way like if you're moving it out through actualization, then you're making way for the things that you're calling in to come in, right? And so you're gonna want to hit like the positive side and the negative side of it. Sometimes you find like when you're first spring cleaning, there's gonna be a lot more of a heavier negative charge to it than there is like a positive charge, and that's totally cool. Um, your subconscious will immediately like kind of pop out what it needs to pop out. And spring cleaning is an exercise that you can do by yourself, you can do with another person, or you can do um, like here in this container, and you can also do it in a group. Um, this is set up for those of y'all that might not have a safe space or people to turn to hold space for you so you can spring clean and actualize with yourself. And so in this container, you'll have myself here on YouTube witnessing you, as well as Great Pussy in the Sky, God, Goddess, Divine Prince, and all that is witnessing you. And the point of the witnessing is, like in physics, they talk about how when we witness photons, then they make their way into matter, right? So as you're being witnessed, letting go of these things that have kind of made way into matter through your reality and what you're co-creating, um, then it also holds space to witness that which you're desiring and speaking in, which you'll speak your desires at the end of the spring clean. And so in spring cleaning, you'll never want to go into like a long story. Like if I'm like, thank you, what do you have on body love? And you're like, oh my gosh, like every time I go to the clothing store, everything that I try on doesn't fit because of my muffin top and because of my pooch, and like I feel like fat and like nothing's good for me, and like my sister just looks so much better than I look, and blah blah blah. That's a whole story. You don't want to do that. And the more proper way to do it is kind of like frame it as you would like if you were looking at the frames in a disposable camera, one shot at a time. So it's like, thank you, what do you have on body love? Well, I find it really difficult to go and try on clothes with like my friend or my sister because I find myself self comparing. Thank you. What do you have on body love? Everything I try on does not fit right the first time. Thank you. What do you have on body love? But meanwhile, like when I go with someone, like everything they try on fits them perfectly, and it just causes me to resent them and resent myself. Like that way, you're like breaking it down, right? And a spring clean, most often, the person holding space for you is going to have a poker face because that way it respects and honors the integrity of the container. The subconscious tends to get really attuned to people's facial expressions, especially if you come from like a traumatic background. And I mean, when you think about like children and the inner child, they are always attuning to like the adults in their life, right? And like, unless you've been doing work with your inner child, your adult self is probably also attuning to people's facial expressions unconsciously. So you want to have a poker face as you're holding space for someone so that way they feel safe. Now, if there's someone that you know that maybe if you smile, it's reassuring to them, go ahead and do that. And then also, um, in a spring clean, everything's like confidential. Everything stays in the container. So like after spring clean happens, like just like when you take the trash out, you don't come back and talk about it. Like, you took the trash out. You're not trying to bring the trash back into your house, right? And the person holding space is like the garbage man. So they hold space, they witness, they do not fix. Fixing is the masculine. They witness, and then they take the garbage out by closing the container and allowing the person to do their trinity. Let's see. You'll do it on a timer, and you'll have a timer, and then when the timer goes off, you'll have these things that are called pulls. So I'd be like, thank you, this is your first of 3 pulls, meaning like, thank you, you have 3 more shots to get stuff out, right? I find that a good number to spring clean with is anywhere from like 3 to 7 minutes. I think anything longer is a little bit hard on my mind, and from what I've observed with other sister goddesses. And anything lower is great for like on the go completely. I do a lot of like 2-minute 2 pull spring clean. But the magic number when like one-on-oneing with someone, or in a group, well, not in a group, just one-on-oneing with someone, is about 3 to 7 minutes. And spring cleaning, it's like an exercise for the mental and emotional bodies. So it's like in actualizing and acknowledging all these emotions and energies and feelings that you have built up in you, it makes way for that which you are calling in. Because actualizing is much different than vibrating at that feeling. And so some people have been taught like to just bypass and minimize because they have to feel grateful, they have to feel in love with life, they have to feel all these really high vibe emotions. But at the end of the day, I feel like all emotions are like meant to be felt and processed, and none are good and none are bad. It's just important to move out the heavier ones because they slow down the current within you, and that gets in the way of like you bringing in what you're trying to bring in. And so you're actualizing, and there's a difference in actualizing versus not actualizing. When you're not actualizing, even if you try to be grateful and joyful and positive, there's all this muck at the bottom that has not been set in emotion. Like, and emotion is energy in motion. So if you have all this hatred and shame and disgust and resentment that you were taught is not okay to express, it's all still here getting in the way of what you're trying to call in. So the point of spring cleaning is to spring clean on topics to help you get what you want, basically. And as like women, we're taught that what we want doesn't matter. We're taught that we have to take care of everybody else's wants and desires and needs. And we have a lot of emotional and energetic charge around that. Some of it is inherited, some of it is our own conditioning, some of it is believing past lives, past lives. There's a lot to spring clean on. And so the topics that I put on my channel, I put topics that are very deep and layered, so that way you can go back and revisit in a safe space and just little by little get like the muck out. Just like when you're doing a deep clean on your house, you do it through like one room at a time or one assignment at a time, and then you kind of sit and rest and digest with what you did, and then you go into the next layer of what you're doing. And so, yeah, there's other spring clean videos on here that are really charged topics to help you help yourself in a safe space, free of like judgment, free of anybody like shaming you or bringing you down or trying to fix. And I will show you how to do a spring clean by yourself, which will begin with me showing a demonstration, and then I will set a timer and hold space for you to do a spring clean. If you need more time in the spring clean, just pause the video and then press play during the allocated time frame, like time spots that I've given for you to speak what you have on a spring clean. Spring cleaning usually will always stick with a script, so that way it creates safety in the subconscious and the mind and the psyche to feel safe in extracting and getting out what it needs to get out. Sometimes you find that the subconscious is not used to being engaged with in this way, so it's going to draw a blank. So it'll be like, thank you, what do you have on body love? And the subconscious is like, I have nothing. I'm not used to you talking to me. I have nothing. Thank you, what do you have on body love? I have nothing. Thank you, what do you have on body love? I have this fear of being seen. Thank you, what do you have on body love? I have this fear of being seen as less than perfect. Thank you, what do you have on body love? Like, usually if you get the I have nothings out of the way, the next layer presents itself. Sometimes you find you might get stuck on something, and you could just ask yourself, like, if you keep having I have nothings, you feel like, okay, like, why am I worried about being seen? Or how did that word develop? Or you can ask yourself a quick question in the mind, and the mind will be like, oh yeah, I got an answer for that, and it'll pop it out. Also, these things are pretty layered because most of these topics are like our whole life, right? Like body love. We've had our whole body, in my case, for 34 years. There's a lot to say about my body and loving my body. And so one clean is not necessarily gonna get all that much out, and you'll see as you do your spring cleans how you feel and how you shift. And sometimes, since things are so layered, you'll find that you have the same thing that comes up over and over. So like for me, my body, like I could be like, I have shame. Thank you. What do you have on your body? I have shame. Thank you. What do you have on your body? I have shame. Thank you. What do you have on your body? I have shame that comes from conditioning related to religious programs around being a modest woman. Thank you. What do you have on body love? Like after I've acknowledged the first three of like I have shame, then the next part comes out, right? So that's something that can happen. It's good to do like you could do like a sentence that's concise, or you can do sensations in your body that you're feeling. Like, I have a pitted feeling in my stomach. Thank you. What do you have on body love? I'm having a hard time swallowing right now. Thank you. What do you have on body love? Or you might just find like disjointed words kind of come out like, thank you. What do you have on body love? Fat ass. Thank you. What do you have on body love? Chubby cheeks. Thank you. Like, so you might have stuff like just come out kind of disjointed, and that's fine too. The point is just to get stuff out and moving and flowing so you can live your best life like you deserve to. And the more you spring clean on like body love, the more you're gonna love your body, and the more that you love your body, the more you're going to find yourself appreciating other women and their bodies. The more you love your body, the less critical of yourself you're going to be, and the less critical of other women you're going to be, or the less jealous you're going to be. My psychotherapist told me a long time ago, and I really resonated this. She said, jealousy, the root emotion behind jealousy is rejection, right? Like we're feeling jealous because we feel rejected by something in life. And so if you're feeling jealous of someone else's body, that could be mirroring back to you where you've rejected your own body as like not good enough, not lovable, not worthy, not a good body, right? And so the more that you show up and love yourself through doing spring cleans, which I have another one on self-love, the more you'll find that you don't have as much jealousy. And another way of reframing jealousy too is like what she taught in boot camp was jealousy is a symbol of like the desires that you want are on their way to you. If you find yourself jealous of someone that like has like this really fit body with like really impeccable clothing, and then that could be symbolizing, depending where you are in your journey, that could be symbolizing like that you're about to enter into some really awesome yoga classes and come across some really great thrift store finds, or maybe someone's going to gift card you something to where you can like redo like your wardrobe. So it could be an indicator that it's on its way. I feel like that kind of depends on where you are in your shadow work journey though, and utilizing discernment and understanding yourself. Understanding yourself and your body and what's true to you and what's not true to you. I think that's everything. Oh, and then you'll close with the Trinity. The Trinity is basically like you went into the spring clean, you went into the muck, right? The heavier, denser stuff. Now you want to pull out and bring balance to the equation. And so you'll go into a Trinity, which is a brag, which means like a celebration. As Mama Gena said, like women are taught to celebrate through victimization instead of celebration. So bragging is like normalizing celebrating as a woman. So you'll close with a brag or multiple brags if you have a lot that you're digesting, which Trinities are a form of pleasure digestion, which the more you digest pleasure, the more pleasure you can receive. And then you'll, after the brag, do a gratitude, which we know gratitude, like I am grateful for. It doesn't matter how big or small it is, just like the celebration doesn't matter how big or small it is either. You could be bragging that even though you had a really crappy day, you brag that you came home and sat in your yard and breathed fresh air and drank a nice cup of tea. That could be a brag. Or you could brag that your kids were driving you nuts all day and you're celebrating that instead of yelling at them twice, Like you might have in the past that you only yelled once. Every woman has different things they're celebrating, right? And so just celebrate what's true to you. So then you have your gratitudes, your brags, and then your desires. So your desire would be like, I desire, and then you speak what it is you're desiring into existence through myself witnessing and great pussy in the sky witnessing. And then continue spring cleaning on things related to your desire. So if you're doing body love, maybe you're desiring to lose like 20 pounds, or maybe you're desiring to love your body where it's at, or maybe you're desiring to like feel more alive in your body. Whatever the desire is, you'll speak your desire, and then you'll do more spring cleans to help make way for that desire to come in, right? And so again, like you're getting stuff out, it's getting vacuumed out to make way for that which you want to draw into your field. I think that's everything. So I'm going to start my timer, and I'll do a demonstration. I'll save. It's not rolling back, but that's cool. So I'm going to do 3 minutes and 3 pulls. I like to get comfy. You always want to be comfy when you're doing a spring clean too, because this is like a very mental exercise, and the more comfortable you are, the easier it is to go into these spaces, right? So maybe go a little bit. Alrighty. So let's show you how to do it by yourself. Sister Goddess Poppy, are you ready to begin your spring clean on body love for 3 minutes and 3 pulls? Yes. Thank you. I'm going to start the timer. What do you have on body love? I feel uncomfortable being in bathing suits or lingerie. Thank you. What do you have on body love? I've had a lot of men be sexually attracted to me in my younger years when I was homeless. That has made me really not feel safe enjoying the beauty and sensuality of my body. Thank you. What do you have on body love? I have shame at the ways that I have utilized my body when I was homeless to make ends meet. Thank you. What do you have on body love? I get jealous of women that are super toned and super fit. Thank you. What do you have on body love? I get jealous of men that are super toned and super fit. Thank you. What do you have on body love? I wish my body wasn't as like flabby as it is. Thank you. What do you have on body love? My body and I have gone through a lot. Thank you. What do you have on body love? I'm grateful for how my body is starting to shape up these last few years as I poured more self-love into my body. Thank you. What do you have on body love? I hate my body. Thank you. What do you have on body love? I hate that after having whiplash that my posture requires so much more attentiveness than it used to. Thank you. What do you have on body love? I hate that I've gotten picked on so much in life that I have a natural inclination to hunch my shoulders in a form of self-protection. Thank you. What do you have on body love? I hate that being raised in a patriarchal society that I have shamed myself out of loving my body in its natural form. Thank you. What do you have on body love? I remember when my friend and I first shaved our pubes, and we were like itching all week in high school because we thought that was how our body was supposed to look. Thank you. What do you have on body love? We thought that our pussies were supposed to be bald like babies, which is really creepy when I think about how men like shaved pussies and they look like little girl pussies. Well, thank you. What do you have on body love? I have had a hard time getting comfortable missing like my days shaving for fear of people like making fun of me for being hairy. Thank you. What do you have on body love? I hate that I get these little random chin hairs and I don't know like what to do about it. Thank you. What do you have on body love? I find myself always self-comparing to like my pretty friends. Thank you. The timer went off. I don't know if you can hear it or not. This is your first of three polls. What do you have on body love? I self-compare myself to pretty friends and to like pretty podcasters and influencers. Thank you. This is your second poll. What do you have on body love? I find the female body beautiful, and I would love to help other women remember the beauty of their body. Thank you. What do you have on body love? This is your third and final poll. I remember sitting in a hot tub with women of all shapes, ages, colors, and sizes, and I was so in shock and in awe of how beautiful each body was in ways that I didn't know that female body was that beautiful. Thank you. This concludes your spring clean on body love. It's been an honor and a pleasure holding space for you. Would you like to close with the Trinity? Yes. Let's see. I brag, I celebrate that I have been spending time laying naked outside on the earth sunbathing. I brag that this has really improved my sleep. I brag that it's also really improved how I feel in my body. And I brag that it has made way for my posture to kind of strengthen and support itself more through the support of Mother Earth. And I am grateful to have moved to this amazing house that I moved to with this amazing yard so that I could really enjoy being naked outside in nature, healing my relationship with my body. I am grateful to have been able to afford and attend Mama Gena's Pussy Bootcamp so that way I could start loving my body when it was in such a dire state of neglect and needing repair. And I am grateful to find myself more in my element and feeling comfortable in my element. And I desire to get so comfortable in my body and so comfortable in being naked and nude that I can truly hold space for women as I begin working on another desire, which is to create like divine feminine photography, reminding women of the beauty that is themselves and capturing photos of them for themselves naked in nature and just really helping them reconnect with Mother Earth and the earth of their body and their feminine essence. And I desire that I'm fully loving myself and my body and healing my relationship with nature, that I'm able to hold space for women to connect with themselves in these ways, because I believe that that will bring more peace and unity and love and clarity to the human collective. So then that was my Trinity. So love, brag, yay, celebration. And then beautiful gratitude, gratitudes, and with the desires. And so it shall be, or something even better and wetter than your wildest dreams, which this is like little pussy sparkles of light, because when you think about like creation, like your desires, your creations being born, right? So like infusing them with like the great pussy in the sky, pussy juice of light to birth it into your reality. So yeah, that is a demonstration of how to spring clean by yourself on body love. And now I will set a timer for you, and you can go ahead and spring clean on body love. And if you need to pause as the timer is going to stop a little bit longer, go for it. It's kind of hard to time the pauses when I can't actually hear you. So we'll just figure it out as we go. All right. Sister Goddess, are you ready to begin your spring clean on body love for 3 minutes and 3 pulls? I'm going to hear you say yes. Starting the timer. Thank you. What do you have on body love? Thank you. What do you have on body love? Thank you. What do you have on body love? you. What do you have on body love? What do you have on body love? Thank you. What do you have on body love? Thank you. What do you have on body love? Thank you. What do you have on body love? Thank you. What do you have on body love? Thank you. What do you have on body love? Thank you. What do you have on body love? What do you have on body love? Thank you. What do you have on body love? Your first of three pools. What do you have on body love? Thank you. This is your second pool. What do you have on body love? Thank you. This is your third and final pool. What do you have on body love? Thank you. This concludes your spring clean on body love. It has been an honor and a pleasure holding space for you. Would you like to close with a trinity? Someone hear you say yes? What do you brag? What are you celebrating? What brag? Great. What is your gratitude? What are you grateful for? Beautiful gratitude. And what do you desire? It can be a big desire, a small desire, as much or as little detail as you'd like. So it shall be, or something even better and wetter than your wildest dreams. Well done! Congratulations on your spring clean on body love. Thank you for taking this time for yourself and loving yourself and doing this kind of work with yourself. You deserve to love yourself and your body and receive what you're calling in. I hope this video was helpful. You can use it as many times as you'd like. Um, Body love is something that you've had body your whole life, so you can definitely revisit this. and just fast forward to the part where it's holding space for you if you need to. And if you see any other spring cleans on the channel, feel free to spring clean with the other topics that are available. And yeah, that's what I got for you. Thank you so much and be well.